We just bought a Presto deep fryer. It is the stainless steel Pro Fry, the 2.7 liter, the 1800 watt immersion element. So it's actually got a pretty high wattage. So hopefully once you put the cold food in, it'll bring the oil back to temperature really quick. And we're going to go ahead and open this up. Ordered it from Amazon. Start frying some of our foods. Okay. This is only a 1 basket version. They got the bigger one that's 4 liters of oil, and then a 4.7 I think. And they have 2 or 3 baskets, 2 smaller baskets and 1 bigger basket. This one here just comes with a mid-sized basket. I think it should be plenty for a small family as long as you're not cooking a ton of food. Oh yeah, that's a nice sized basket right there. Oh yeah, that's going to be plenty big, I'm thinking right there. It has the immersion element that actually goes down inside the oil. A lot of the reviews say that's actually a pretty good setup. And this right here is going to be your little temperature probes right there. So when you turn it to the right temperature that you want, alright, it has a light right here that'll show you when it's at temperature. And it goes up to 375 degrees. It's got a nice little booklet with it. Let's see what it shows. How to use fryer, helpful hints on deep frying. Then it says different foods like frozen nuggets for cheese, chicken, donuts, egg rolls, fish, onion rings, frozen battered, raw potatoes, frozen or French fries or raw fries, shrimp, frozen or raw, vegetables, raw breaded. And then it tells you how many minutes you should be cooking it at and the temperature setting. And how to use for steaming and boiling. And then it's also got a timetable for steaming and boiling for different vegetables, shrimp, crab legs, and I thought it was just a deep fryer. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing washed up. It's pretty simple. Once you let it cool down, you can take this out, and then since your oil level's way down here, you'll get a pretty good tilt on it before the oil will start coming out, so you can actually dump it into a, let's get that camera a little closer. So when your oil's cooled down, you can go ahead and tilt it and dump it into a strainer. I went ahead and bought a strainer today. I think this will work about perfect, and then you set it over a bowl or something, and then you can line it with cheesecloth to catch all those particles to help make your oil not go rancid so fast, so you get more uses out of it. And like I said, with this, since the oil level's clear down here, you can get a pretty good tilt before it's going to start coming out, and then it's got a nice lip on it right here, so you should be able to pour that without getting a bunch of spill down the side of your pan. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wash up my heating element and my pan and get everything all scrubbed up, and I am going to take it outside and hook it up and test how long it takes to get oil up to temperature. The element itself has a couple guides right here that just slide right down the back of your tin, just like that, and it fits in there right to the bottom. Okay, let's go and face this. The power cord is one of those magnetic ones. It's got, so it just kind of clicks on there like that. It's kind of a safety thing. So if somebody walks by or yanks on the cord, it doesn't pull the hot oil onto the floor, and it easily pulls off. So definitely got to be careful with that. We're going to go ahead and put our oil in there now. I've got everything all washed out, and I got two 48-ounce containers of Smart Balance. And we'll see if that gets us, you got a minimum and a maximum line, and this should be, both of these should be enough to get me to the maximum. I'd say the minimum and maximum lines are about an inch apart, and this is getting me probably about 1/8 of an inch. Two of these 48 ounces, about 1/8 of an inch from the maximum line. So it's pretty much right at maximum. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up. I just barely turned it on, and it's not even right here, and the 275, the lowest setting, is right here, and you can hear the oil already starting to make crackling noises, and I can see bubbles flowing up in it already. And this is the first time I've used it, and I just barely hooked it on. Let's see if we can pick that up with the camera. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but you can see the little bubbles, and you can see the oil starting to hear that. Wow, it's already starting to heat that fast. So we'll go ahead, and I'm going to check my timer. I'll set it up to my temperature I want it at. Okay, we're going to look at this booklet, because the first thing we're going to do is cook some frozen onion rings. Once we get using this, we're going to be making our own onion rings, of course, but right now we're going to try some frozen, and it says onion rings frozen, battered, and breaded. You can put quantity 8 cups, 375 degrees, so hot top setting, 4 to 5 minutes. So we'll go ahead and raw onion rings breaded, 3 to 4 large pieces, 375 degrees, 1.5 to 2.5 minutes. That's because if they're raw and you putting a breading on them, they're gonna stick together, unlike already ones that are already cooked and frozen. It is at 5:25, so it has been about 10 minutes to get this up to temperature, to 375 degrees. So now we're gonna go ahead and put the fries in, or the onion rings. We got our onion rings right here. We're gonna go ahead and add those into the oil, blocking the, oh yeah, there we go. Check that out. Pretty cool. Okay, you gotta start a timer. This one does not come with a timer on it, so you can buy deep fryers with timers, but this one doesn't have one. But look at that. Oh, that's perfect. That looks good. Okay, it's been 4 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and pull these up. Oh yeah, those are like nice and crispy. Let it sit for a minute to drain. Now this is the first time I've used it, and first time I've done frozen onion rings. Like I said, the Fried Daddy we used to have 20 some years ago, the only thing I did was perch. And these look like they are a little cooked, a little too long, and it's been just under 4 minutes. So I would say probably 2.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. These are definitely going to be nice and crispy. So, like I said, it's all how you like your food, and deep frying is a learning curve, because on the package, or in the directions that came with it, it said 2 to 6 minutes. Where are we at? Onion rings. Oh, actually it says 4 to 5 minutes on the onion rings. I was thinking it was 2 to 6, but it's 4 to 5, and this was only 4 minutes. And they are definitely crispy. So I would think probably 3 minutes. Right here, shrimp, frozen, battered, breaded, 5 to 7 minutes. 350 degrees, so I'll let it cool down for a little bit. And then range product in a single layer in the basket. Fry for 2 minutes, 30 seconds, or 3 minutes. Which is kind of weird because it is jumbo coconut shrimp. And it is frozen. And on the box it says 2.5 to 3 minutes. But in the Presto manual it says it was like 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah. Shrimp, frozen, battered, 5 to 7 minutes. So it's definitely a learning curve. You want to start with the lowest temperature or the lowest amount of time, and then pull it out and check them. And if they're not ready, put them back in for a little bit longer, and then that's how you're going to come up with your time. Like I put these onion rings in there for 4 minutes, even though it said 4 to 7 minutes or 4 to 5 minutes on the manual. 4 minutes was too long for these onion rings here, these Red Robin. Okay, this is the shrimp. Shrimp looks a lot better than what the onion rings did, but I went by what it said on the box, where it said 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes instead of 5 minutes like the Presto says. Anyway, here's the shrimp. Nice and crispy, but oh yeah, see that? I think that's perfect right there. Okay, since I had it already heated up, I decided to throw in the fries. The recipe booklet, okay, they are done. It has been, what does my timer say? Okay, 6 minutes at 375 degrees. I pulled this one out a minute ago, and let's see if I got it on camera. I pulled this one out a minute ago, and it's cooked. These are Walmart Great Value steak cut French fried potatoes. And let's look at that recipe book. Right here. Frozen French fries, 8 cups, 375 degrees, 10 to 12 minutes. But this is probably about 3 cups, so I have less. I don't have the basket completely full. It's probably a little around, or probably around a half. Where are we at? There we are. Half the basket. So I'd say that's probably 3 cups worth. And 6 minutes. They're crispy. And they're done. So, definitely not 12 minutes. So, yeah. It's definitely one of those things you need to play around with. Okay, now I'll shut it off. Put that lid back on. Pull off the power. I'm gonna go salt my fries. The fries came out really tasty. And that's with this smart balance. But 6 minutes, not 12. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.